What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about Austin Booker and talk about the final preseason game that the young rookie defensive lineman played in. And we're going to talk about this game, and we'll look at some of the snaps from the Bengals game as well. We didn't check in on Booker last week. At this point, I don't think it makes sense to check on one guy every single week. But since preseason did just end, and we don't really know what Booker's role will be this season, we don't know if he's going to be a full-time starting defensive end, or if he'll only end up playing like 50 snaps this season. We really don't know. But I did want to watch this Chiefs game, especially because if you guys don't know anything about the Kansas City Chiefs, they have a battle at the left tackle position, and Wanya Morris just got back for the very, very first time. And this was their expected starting left tackle. Now, he has been hurt. The rookie left tackle they drafted, Kingsley Sumatai, has also looked good. So I'm not sure at this point who's going to end up winning the job because Morris just got back. But the fact that we did get Booker going up against Wanya Morris, a guy that has massive upside, it made me want to check in on Booker from this Chiefs game. And Booker, once again, just flashed. He showed the high effort. He showed the pass rush upside. He showed the type of player that we expect him to be. And we're definitely going to get into the tape, so I'm very, very excited for this one. Let's just get right into it, man. We'll go ahead and start right away with the third play of the game. 20-yard pass, 2nd and 18. A beautiful, beautiful rep right here by Austin Booker. I mean, to me, I love the hezzy move. Left arm strike, right arm comes right over the top. I mean, this is phenomenal. The pass rush technique that Austin Booker has flashed is absolutely incredible. Now, Morris here gets out of his stance really, really nicely. He ends up beating Booker to his landmark. So with that, Booker's going to hezzy towards the outside. Left arm, right arm over the top. I mean, that right there is a winning position if you guys ask me. That right there is not what a quarterback wants to see. This quarterback's looking directly towards Booker, but imagine if this quarterback's progression was towards the right and he wasn't looking at Booker. Imagine if the ball doesn't come out from another half a second to 1 second. To me, that's a really, really good rep right there by Booker, but he had a lot of really nice reps against the Chiefs. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. You're going to get a screen pass towards the right. It's a really, really quick action by the quarterback, but Booker once again does a really good job within this play. Now, there's a couple of things to note on this play. First and foremost, I love the fact that he gets into Wanya Morris on this one. Hands land to the inside. You can see Morris is trying to stop Booker. He realizes Booker's coming in for the bull rush. And that right there is phenomenal. That leverage, I mean, look at that. That's not what you want if you're a left tackle. You don't want to get lifted the way Booker does here. And it's more impressive to me the fact that Wanya Morris started games last year for the Kansas City Chiefs at left tackle. And he was the expected starting left tackle, right? He was taking all the first team snaps until he ended up getting hurt. So Booker is essentially doing this right here to the first team tackle. Beautiful job right there. And once the pass is off, I do like the fact that Booker recognizes the play. And he doesn't just relax. He plays with high effort. He plays with that energy. He gets off the block. And you see him fight past this. And you'll see him right there end up pretty close to the action. Now, he doesn't make the play, but love the fact that this guy's a high effort player. One of the important concepts that I think NFL players have to be able to do is understand the situation that they're in. So this is a 4th and 1 here. So Austin Booker has to realize this is a short yardage situation. He has to realize and recognize what he has to do within this play. Now the Bears obviously get a stop on this play. Booker doesn't actually make the play. I do love the fact that he's able to actually beat the left tackle on this one. Now the tackle does fall. But to me, regardless of what ends up happening with the left tackle, Booker gets off the block. And you see that Booker is essentially the guy that actually wins his rep. In fact, he's the only guy that gets off of whatever guy it is that's essentially blocking him. Number 30 here does blow it up in the backfield, but he essentially goes unblocked here. Great job by him to be able to step up and fill that gap. But again, to me, the fact that Booker actually beats a guy is the interesting thing within this play, because it's 4th and 1. You need your stars to step up. And he's beating a guy in Wanya Morris. So it's a really good job right there. Let's get into the next snap. You guys check this next play out. You got a 2nd and 7. Booker's going to do a really good job against the run. One of the things I wanted to see from Booker a little bit more was his run defense. I wanted to see if this guy could truly, truly get after it in the run game. And he definitely showed that he could get after it. Number 72 here is going to end up leaning forward. He's going to try to punch Booker, and Booker just dips right past him. I mean, this is a really, really good job right here. Just a straight up dip. Essentially make number 72 miss. He kind of jumps as well towards the inside. You can kind of see him change direction essentially. Dips, ends up getting right past him and blowing this play up. Loss of a yard on 2nd and 7. That's a really, really good job by Booker. You got another really nice snap once again. Booker's going to spin back towards the inside on the left tackle here. He's going to end up generating pressure and getting to the quarterback. Once again, man, just making plays. As I stated 2 plays ago, you got to know the situation. You got to understand if it's 4th and 1. You got to understand when it's 3rd and 7. It's a 3rd and 7 play here, and he absolutely does a great job. Now, he does run into the defensive tackle here. I do think this is some sort of stunt, potentially, where the defensive tackle goes towards the outside. And with that, Booker is supposed to go towards the inside, essentially, right? So you have that natural containment of the quarterback. And you do see the defensive tackle ends up kind of falling downwards as Booker kind of hits him. But again, Booker does a great job being able to kind of get back, get to the quarterback. Just a really, really nice job spinning. And I love the fact that Austin Booker is showing us all these different pass rush moves, because the guy has a huge toolbox, and it's damn impressive if you guys ask me. And trust me when I say this, I understand it's just preseason, but being able to do this right here is, you know, you can either do this or you can't do this. And I'll give you guys a great example of this. You know, the Raiders drafted Tyree Wilson last year with the 7th overall pick. Terrible pick if you guys ask me. When you guys watch the tape of Tyree Wilson, you can pretty much see this guy can't even move the way Booker already moves. And I get it. Some of these guys are backups. But that movement alone is something that's not going to change regardless of if it's backups or starters. The movement does not change. And the fact that Ryan Poles was able to find Austin Booker, draft him, and he's already having this type of success is incredible. You know, he'll put his left arm into guys, he'll swim over the top, he'll chop guys, right, or he'll club guys, as you kind of see on this one with the left hand, and he'll just quickly jump to the inside with the club and he'll beat guys. Right, that's a pass rush plan. This guy has a legit plan. Tyree Wilson does not have a legit plan, and I think that's one of the difference between guys that are going to be good in the NFL and guys that are going to potentially bust out. Booker's going to be good. I can just tell you guys right now, there's no way this guy's not going to be one of the best defensive ends in the NFL in a couple of years. The guy is a very, very talented. The guy has pass rush moves. He puts the effort in, as you can see, play in, play out. I think the Chicago Bears got an absolute stud in Austin Booker, and we'll see how much he plays in his rookie year. If it was up to me, I would start this kid. I think he has so much upside, and you already see it on tape. Of course, he'll continue to develop. He'll continue to get stronger. He'll put the work in. He'll, you know, become one of those guys that essentially is able to develop. But Booker, to me, looks really, really good. And I want to go ahead and switch focus. This was the final play that Booker was essentially in the game. And I want to look at just a couple of snaps from that Bengals tape, because the Bears tried him in a couple different spots. Now, this one, he's going to end up lining up towards the inside. He's going to essentially be in that long 3 technique going up against the guard. You do put number 53, a linebacker, down onto the line of scrimmage. But it's interesting nonetheless that the Bears are coming out in this front, where essentially you got 5 guys coming and you put Booker up against the guard. And I actually like this because you could utilize him in some sort of NASCAR package. You can utilize him in different spots potentially. You know, you might already have 2 defensive ends that you feel like are going to be the starters, the full-time guys essentially. And Booker can kind of be that 3rd guy that comes in, and maybe you line him up over a guard a little bit. So I like that right there. And then you got this other play here. Now, he's not going to actually make the play on this one, but this is a great learning rep here, right? This is a really, really nice rep by Booker. He's essentially trying to get past this block by the guard, or the guard's going to pull from the left to the right. And he's trying to get past the block in a way that he's not going to take the block on head on. Instead, he's going to fake out the guard. Now, I've watched every single one of Booker's snaps, and I haven't seen plays where he has to take on pulling guards. But this is a great rep to learn from, right? Because he doesn't actually make the play on this one. But he does force some disruption. He does essentially do his job, right? Where the guard essentially misses the block, and then the running back has to kind of go underneath that. And then you got a bunch of guys that kind of get in there, do a good job being able to wrap up the running back. But these are good learning lessons for Booker. Here's another snap here. That's a great learning lesson for Booker. You know, one of the things as he continues into his career that's going to end up happening, especially the high effort and energy he kind of plays with, offenses are going to put tight ends over here, the way he essentially has this guy out here. Now, this is to influence Booker. He can make 2 decisions. He can either come further towards the inside, or he can even get further out here towards the right. And this is a rep to really understand what offenses are going to do and how they're going to try to influence your speed and essentially what they're going to do towards you. Not that he hasn't dealt with this, right? I'm sure he's dealt with this plenty of times. But I'm really showing you guys this rep because this is what NFL teams are going to do. They're going to utilize their tight ends to essentially chip, to influence, right? Tight ends might not even touch them the way this one does here. But this is essentially what teams will do because of the fact that Booker is such a disruptive pass rusher. Alright, guys, check this next play out. You're going to actually end up getting a simulated pressure that's going to lead to an interception here against the Bengals. And it's going to be Booker that ends up dropping back. And that's just a really, really good job right there. Great job by the linebacker to be able to see it. Cornerback ends up hitting the quarterback. Just a beautiful job. You know, I was not a fan of the Chicago Bears offensive coach last year, but Matt Eberflus has always been kind of a good coach. He's always designed things properly. And the Bears have historically already had success, right? But what's going to end up happening is you're going to get a guy come off the edge. And because of the fact that Booker's lined up on the line of scrimmage, you're essentially going to task your tackle to go out there and block this guy. So what a simulated pressure is essentially it's a guy that's going to drop into coverage, and then now you got a left tackle looking for a body. That also frees up another guy to potentially come because no one's really accounting for this guy to come off the edge. So as this play begins, keep an eye on Booker. Booker's going to end up falling off. And with that, you're also going to see the left tackle here now has no one that he's essentially blocking. And then you get a guy that's going to come off the edge here free. And with that, you're going to get this hit. Booker also ends up dropping back into coverage where the quarterback isn't able to actually make the read quick enough. And the ball pops up on the hit. It's an interception. It's a really, really nicely designed play right there. Overall, Austin Booker is definitely the real deal. You guys can just put the tape on and see all the different snaps that this guy's making. I'm actually excited to see what the Chicago Bears are going to actually end up doing with Booker this year. How many snaps will he actually play? You know, are the Bears going to rely on a pass rusher like Booker, or are they not? Right? Are they going to go with some of the veterans? I personally have a lot of really, really high expectations for the Chicago Bears this year. Yes, they have a rookie quarterback, but they have a great offensive line. They got some weapons. And then on the defensive side, they were already one of the better defenses in the NFL last year, and you're adding more talent coming into this year. All the rookies are 1 year further into the system. All the defensive guys that were, you know, first-year guys last year are getting more comfortable with the scheme. They're getting more comfortable with Eberflus's scheme on the defensive side. I'm excited for this season with the Bears. We'll definitely be covering the Chicago Bears. If there's any player you guys want to see from the preseason, we essentially got 2 weeks now of, you know, no new football until the actual season starts. Let me know down in the comments below, and we'll definitely get into some more film breakdowns of some of the younger guys. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.